10 in the morning. Your morning show. And we have a special guest, an original Dupree, with us this morning. We welcome
Tom Bialoglow.
Very good. Excellent.
Got it right. Tom, what do you think when you hear that song on the radio now?
Well, it makes me feel a little melancholy. It also makes me feel very proud that I was part of that great recording. So it's mixed feelings. But it's a tribute every time I hear it.
It absolutely is, and we're very happy to be joined by an original. There's still a Dupree band or singing group touring now, but none of them are original.
No, there's no originals. They weren't there when we made the recordings 50 years ago. This is our celebration this year, but they were not there.
They weren't there.
No.
Maybe a couple of them weren't even born yet. Who knows, right?
That's true.
Could be.
Very young.
But Tom, you're an icon. You are absolutely a treasure, and we're very lucky to have you living up here in northern New Jersey, which is where a lot of singers and musicians from the 60s and 70s made their home in New Jersey. But you are originally from New Jersey.
Yes, from Jersey City.
Jersey City, like the book says. It's really, the Billboard book hit that on the head.
Right. We were all from Jersey City.
Now, who were the original members of the Duprees, and what happened to them?
Okay. The original members of the Duprees were as follows: John Salvato, Mike Arnone, Joey Canzano, who was the lead singer. He was also known as Joey Vann. Joe Santollo, and myself, Tom Bialoglow.
Who was your best friend in the original band?
Joey Canzano, the lead singer. Because prior to my joining up with the other people that I just mentioned, the other boys I just mentioned, Joey heard them first, and they heard him, and they wanted him to be the lead singer. And he said, I'll only be the lead singer under one condition, that my best friend, Tom Bialoglow, be part of the package. Otherwise, I'm not going. And so that's how I got to be part of it, because Joey insisted I be part of it. He heard me sing. I've been singing with him prior to that for a year or two.
Now, how old were you then?
Oh, 16.
Amazing.
Yeah, we originally got together in 1960. 1960, wow. But we didn't start recording as the Duprees till 1962.
Now, Tom, where were you when you first heard a Dupree song blaring out of the radio, and do you remember what radio station it was?
Yes, this radio station was WINS. Murray the K played the song. We had the pick of the week. They would vote in for a song that he would play, and based upon how many people voted for that particular song, that would be the pick of the week. And we were driving around in a 1954 Cadillac black convertible, and we were on the corner of Monticello Avenue and Montgomery Street, Jersey City, and Murray was on the air, and he's saying, we're going to play the pick of the week. It was just voted in at number 1, and he played You Belong to Me. And we immediately started banging on the sides of the car and yelling at the passerbys on the sidewalk, that's us, that's us, that's us.
Wow.
That was quite a thrill.
Do you remember recording that song? Is there any kind of a story, or what was the studio like, and who was there, and how did you guys work that out?
Well, the studio was partitioned off. The size of it was like all fiberglass. It was a large room. They had large speakers at the far end of it, and we had musicians like Tony Mottola was there, and Al Caiola, and Dick Hyman from Dick Hyman Trio. Trade Martin played on our sessions. Musicians from the Tonight Show Orchestra were there. All veteran musicians, because George Paxton, the head of Coed Records, he was a band leader in himself in the 50s in New York City, and he loved the music of Glenn Miller, as we all did. So he incorporated the instrumentation of the Glenn Miller Orchestra with our vocalizations, and it gelled. It was a beautiful sound.
Now, were you a tenor, bass, alto? What?
I was the first tenor. I sang in a falsetto.
Amazing.
Falsetto soprano, I'd like to say. That's what my note was, and it gave the group a distinctive sound too. But of course, record sales are generated by that lead singer and by the song, so I was a part of it, but a good part.
So, Tom, when you guys used to tour, where would you tour? Would you go on these big tours like Elton John does now, or maybe Paul McCartney's doing now? What was it like when you first broke in and your record was on the radio? Were you playing big places?
Well, we used to play throughout the Midwest. We used to do what they called one-nighters. One-nighters were a little tough because you would go from city to city, town to town. You'd stop in all the radio stations and give where you were performing a plug. You're going to be at the Frog's Hop Ballroom or something like that night. And there's a lot of country roads you go through. Sometimes you try to do 2 gigs in one night. I remember one particular occasion in Pennsylvania. We went from Indiana, Pennsylvania to Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania. We had to follow the promoter on dusty trails, and he was doing like 90 miles an hour on dirt roads, and all you could see was the dust of his car. You'd follow the dust.
Yeah.
Because he'd be so, he'd want to hurry up to the next date. And then we'd get there, people would be spilling out of the place, and he said, "No, go back, the Duprees are here."
Oh, because you guys ended up getting there late, people were leaving,
yes.
And finally you guys showed up in the nick of time. And that's just an example of how your life was back then.
Oh, it was very hectic.
You were singing almost every night?
I would say maybe 3-4 times a week.
Still, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Along the way, while you guys were touring, who else did you meet along the way in your early days as a Dupree? Did you have an opportunity to meet some of the most famous of famous people?
Well, the people that were famous to me were artists like Clyde McPhatter, the original lead of the Drifters. I loved Clyde McPhatter, and I got to work with him in a little town called Hatfield, Minnesota. And it was like population 5,000, but at night, there was thousands more coming out to the show. And of course, we did Toledo, Ohio, Dick Clark's Caravan of Stars, where we performed with the Seasons and Gene Pitney and Clyde McPhatter and a host of others. We also were on, we did TV spots. In those days, they had American Bandstand, which we were on American Bandstand, but they also had tri-state area bandstands. They had Baltimore Bandstand, right. We were on Buffalo Bandstand, New Haven Bandstand, and I think there's one other, Buffalo, well, I said that one. Anyway, a few tri-state area bandstands. And we got to meet the Everly Brothers on one of them, I remember.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was nice meeting them.
But they were pretty shy, right? They were pretty shy?
Yeah, that was kind of strange. We were in a little, we called it the green room. We were in a little green room. We sat on one side, they sat on the other. We didn't say a word to them, and they didn't say a word to us. For some reason, I don't know why that happened.
Maybe they were fighting.
Oh, it was an isolated thing. Most of the time, you always talk to the other artists.
Hey, when you're in the Vocal Group Hall of Fame, right?
Yes, the Vocal Group Hall of Fame. I was inducted in 2008. And let me add that honor or distinction was only afforded the original recording members of a group. Anyone else can say, yeah, we were there, but they weren't there.
That's right.
There was only John Salvato and myself, and we accepted our Harmony Awards with regard to the other Duprees that are no longer with us. That's the real deal.
I'm speechless about that. And there's an interesting story about that, too. About the mayor of a certain town making some kind of an error?
Yes. We had an article published in the Star Ledger of, let's say, October of last year. And in the article, the sports writer Rich Tier wrote the article. He's a sports writer for New Jersey Devils. And I mentioned to him that I wrote a letter to the mayor of Jersey City because he gave a proclamation to the Duprees that are out there today upon their induction into the Hall of Fame. And they said they were never inducted. That was only John Salvato and myself and the other originals. And he never answered my letter.
Oh, boy.
So Rich got a hold of this, the reporter, and he contacted the mayor, and the mayor started saying, oh, it doesn't matter where they came from, it doesn't matter if they came from Dupree, from Jersey City.
Yeah.
And he says, these guys today are better than the guys that made the records.
Oh.
Which was kind of a record. I mean, it's kind of silly because, who had the hits,
And who's still getting played on the radio? You!
Yes. And that's what keeps the Duprees' name alive. That music is played throughout the country, different oldie stations, throughout the different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps the Duprees' name alive. Not a group that travels here and there. That's local stuff.
Tom Bialoglow, what are you doing now? And but before we do that, tell us about that plaque that you brought.
Oh, yeah.
That is amazing. And that must be something that's really deep into your heart, this award you have in front of you.
Well, it's nothing like getting an award or recognition from the town you are residing in, whether it's your hometown or whether it wasn't originally. Like I like to think that I was kind of adopted by Pompton Lakes because this was not my hometown, although I've been here 6 years, and it is my hometown, for instance. And they gave me a certificate of recognition. Beautiful worded. I mean, I love the wording. A founding member of the Duprees, pioneers of rock and roll music.
You are.
50th anniversary of first hit record, You Belong to Me. In recognition of the vocal group's harmony of classic hits. I love it. I love the wording. And, of course, signed by the mayor, Kathleen M. Cole.
Yeah, Katie's a nice person.
Yeah, and the city council members were there. It was quite memorable.
So who are you singing with now? And didn't you just sing at the Brownstone yesterday?
Yeah, I was at the Brownstone yesterday. I'm we are doing jobs there for the Jersey Dreamers. We are called Joe Ziza and Friends, and I'm part of the the Jersey Tribute Group, and it's actually Joe Ziza Entertainment online if you wanted to go to the website, Joe Ziza Entertainment, and to give you our whole show schedule. We're going to be at the Brownstone again today, and there are additional jobs or gigs, as they say, that are upcoming. But,
what do you guys sing?
Well, of course we sing we do the hits, my hits.
Yeah, the Duprees hits.
The Duprees, and we do the Seasons, and we do the Happenings. We have two of the Happenings with us too.
No kidding.
Bernie Lepore and Lenny Conforti.
Sure, they're from Jersey too, right?
They're from Patterson area.
Yeah.
And Josie is actually sang with a group called Joey and the Lexingtons.
Right.
1958, a song called Bobby. Great song. He was on that.
Absolutely.
And we have a wonderful girl singer, Carol Dante.
Also, you cover some of the girl group stuff.
Oh, yes, all of that.
Well, what's that website, Joe's?
It's Joe Ziza Entertainment.com. Yeah, www.joezizaentertainment.com.
So what do you guys do? You guys dance while you're singing like they did the Duprees originally did with the arm motion and the...
Well, the original Duprees, we actually took, we had dancing lessons. There was a fellow named Kit Lewis who sang with the Crests. He was a dancer. He used to dance at these, they used to have dance contests at Madison Square Garden, Harvest Moonball dance contest, and he would enter those, and I guess he would win some. Anyway, we paid him $50 an hour to teach us dance routines.
It's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, we used to do splits. I can't believe I ever did a split.
Listen, Tom, you were dancing to your own music before the Temptations started doing it, before the Four Tops did it. That was you guys.
Yeah, but we were not known for our dancing. We were known for our
intricate
songs,
intricate harmonies.
And that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. It's not this. It's not the material that you would hear a group on a street corner singing. You know, it was like you say, more intricate.
Is it too late for somebody to see you at the Brownstone today if they want to head over there?
Yeah, it's sold out today.
Wow. What time's the show?
It's from 11 to 3 in the afternoon. That's the best time. You know, it's the best time for me. I mean, daytime. You don't have to come home late at night.
You still have groupies?
We do. The only thing that's changed is the age.
You got the ladies chasing you still?
On occasion, yes. You know, it's a funny thing. Let's see. You made me think of something. Let's see if I can remember. Someone, occasionally, some people will say to me, Tom, they'll say, do you still sing as good as you did 50 years ago? And I usually answer them. I say, well, do you think the audience still hears as good as they did 50 years ago? And I love to hit them with that line.
Have you heard? How's that? That's good.
That's okay. It's okay. You have to have rhythm accompaniment. This way I can tell you how flat you are.
And a lot of echo. And a lot of
reverb.
You're not going to sing, right? You're not going to sing for us?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
You got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Tom Bialoglow, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And you have to, I'll give you my email address. You have to give me the schedule. Oh, wait, it's on joezizaentertainment.com. So we'll come and see one of your shows.
Oh, sure, that'd be great.
And I'd like to congratulate you on a long and storied career, and thank you for changing music as we know it, and thank you for being from New Jersey, and thank you for coming to WGHT this morning.
And thank you for honoring me with the Duprees music.
Tom Bialoglow, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, Jimmy.
Here are the Duprees on WGHT Radio.